All right, we're back with Usama Siddiquee. Welcome to the show, dude.
What up, dude? New guns,
Look
quarantine guns right here.
Look at those.
Quarantine guns.
Those arms got talent.
This is a sexy guy pose when they just do this.
Yeah.
Have that hand. I'm like, dude, yeah, what's up? I'm sexy. So,
Have you been working out? You look very similar.
No, dude. Don't fuck you, dude. Okay, Turner. Hey, listen. It was an ironic joke, and now we gotta actually talk about my health. Okay, Jesus Christ.
You have been all over the place. First of all, I was just calling you before I brought you on the Forrest Gump of comedy.
Because I'm retarded? What are you talking about? What is it?
Because anytime in the last month, anytime comedy has been in the news, you've been involved in it.
Dude, nobody when you say Forrest Gump of comedy thinks, oh, the thing where he's involved in every life event. That comes later in the movie. When you say I'm the Forrest Gump of comedy, people think I either run fast or I fucking am mentally challenged. There's no oh, you must have met all presidents. That's not the second half of Forrest Gump. That's not the immediate metaphor reference. Jesus Christ.
All right, so
hey, Usama, you're like the Hitler of comedy. You're a good painter. You paint pictures well on stage.
You went to Argentina recently, the Hitler.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, no, but also you were on, not only you like so you're okay. So let's start with America's Got Talent. I want to start there.
Sure. There's a couple of things going on in my life right now, I guess.
I mean, there's a few. We have 4 different things to talk about.
Sure, let's go.
We'll get to the New York Times later. Yeah. Should we start there? Do you want to start with that?
Let's start there. Why not? Let's get the bad shit out of the way. Why not?
Let's get that out of the way.
I might have gotten D-pass from every comedy club in New York in one fell swoop. Jesus Christ.
I don't remember.
That's all right.
Yeah.
James Altucher will still book you.
Yeah, Jesus. As long as I can do a West Village spot at some point in my life, I'll be fine.
So did you get, what happened? You got an email like, hey, we're going to have an open mic?
Yeah, my friends, Chloe set it up. I wasn't thinking, I was just like, dude, I'm just like comedy. I'm not, we're learning about things day by day. I'm not thinking, oh, I can't wait to kill old people. That's my aim.
Sure.
I'm trying to, I'm just like, dude, I have done comedy forever. Seems like it's gonna be a small thing. I think they did legalized gatherings of the 10 to whatever, right? Something like that. So I was like, all right, yeah, this sounds like it's legit, right? Doesn't seem like it's a problem. Go up and it's a great time. We all have a good time, and then I'm a Nazi all of a sudden.
Well, it starts. It starts with a good time.
And of course, I'm the only one they fucking featured bam, right there. Come on.
Your picture.
There's 20 other people that were like there, and I'm the only one gonna get the fucking heat for it. But whatever. Listen, man, we gotta think macro anyway. At the quarantine made one thing certain. It was like you can't be in the politics of the clubs. You gotta expand, or else we're gonna die. Just hey, he was a great New York comic, but he made $10 a month. You're like, fuck that, fuck out of here.
I landed on that exact same mindset, and it's interesting because you're the first person I haven't really talked to this about anybody with anybody besides like my wife, family about it. But they don't matter close to as much as we all thought they did. I mean, they're good to have around. They're good partners, but I don't see them any more than a partner, not like a boss.
Sure. I think a lot of it is like you get locked into the New York currency of it all. Like, oh, I'll get this and this, and I'll be the king of the castle. But real currency is currency. It's not a Friday spot at something, And it feels like, listen, New York is great to get amazing at something. And then once you can go out. Fucking now you market your unique market ability to the world, right? So when I saw the article and I saw the backlash, I was like, I'm 100% gonna be the poster child for the idiot that is seen on the show. Like, oh, the idiot who doesn't care about old people. It's like, dude, we were just going out. We didn't think about it. We were just like, we haven't done comedy in so long. And it's so easy to shit on somebody from your home when you look back, right? Like, hey, you shouldn't have done that. It's like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. But now looking back, yeah, you're right. It probably was short-sighted, and it probably was something that maybe we should have thought about more. But when you're thinking so heavily, you're like, I just want to do stand-up. You're thinking, oh, this seems legit. This seems all right. This seems safe. You don't realize all the other kind of issues.
Well, I will tell you honestly, I don't think you are the poster child. I think the poster child is Stand Up New York.
Sure.
I think and we do our podcast there, or we did until they hear this. But but we do our podcast there. We know all those guys. They're good guys. but they also, I think they took. Listen, they rolled the dice.
Yeah.
It didn't come up in their favor in terms of public opinion, public perception.
Right.
The other part of it is everybody's sitting at home. There's a jealousy factor as well. There's like, whoa, we haven't gone out yet. I don't know if jealousy is the right word, but it's like
indignance, maybe. You know,
indignant is the word. It's like if I'm staying at home, risking like dealing with this shit, and then Stand Up New York's going out and whatever. Put the thing.
I get it, bro. You know,
I
get it. You know, I wasn't thinking about this being a whole. I promise. Like, we're just out here trying to do some stand up. I mean, but it's short sighted. It was looking back. It's like indoor is more dangerous than outdoor. You know, I get why there was a bit of backlash for sure.
I'm thinking about doing. Yeah, go ahead, Kat.
Sorry, was there who was in the crowd exactly?
There was all comics and then one random woman from Miami who kind of wandered in, which is, you know, normal open mic, it seems like.
Well, the other crazy part of this is whoever invited the New York Times.
I don't know what. I think the New York Times found out later. I don't know what this was. I really had no idea what this was. And like, now people are shitting on the name Illegal Open Mic, and it's like, it's a really easy thing to shit on. Like, oh, y'all are being so badass, killing people, you know, or whatever. So I you know, it became a whole, like, it's easy to chomp down on it, you know, as a media thing, you know. It's like, dude, it's such a fucking crapshoot, you know. So I saw the Facebook status against it, and I'm like, wait. Then I saw the article afterwards, and I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm literally one scroll in. It's just my orange ass shirt, like
it's you masked down. All right, well, whatever.
Dude, I'd rather have me like cheating on my wife, you know, like just raw dick, just like, you know.
Oh,
but they had to get me no mask.
Oh, no mask.
Jesus.
They should have had a staged photo wearing a mask and released it at the time.
They basically had me just coughing on some old guy, just like, and then they caught that. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, there's other comedians. I don't know if I should say names, but someone just like, I mean, people are putting out themselves. Like someone just did the Dallas Improv last weekend with like 300 people in the audience. So listen, you're already yesterday's news. It's already, I think people have already.
Right. I'm okay. Listen, if people run me out of New York for something as hilarious as this, then, you know, I guess I never really made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good. I'm not worried about it, really.
Yeah, you're fine. But back to the idea of the clubs having the power and all that, I find that really interesting. Someone put out, I don't know, a month maybe or two ago, of like people, and they later said it was a joke. I'm not going to say their name, but the idea being like, oh, if you stay in New York, like I book, like someone who books like what, bar shows. And they're like, to everyone who stayed in New York gets priority for being on my shows. And if you didn't stay, I'm not going to book you. Like trying to like a last ditch power grab to have control over comedians that were never paid in the first place to do these. In Brooklyn, right?
That's the last part. Dude, I mean, I think I turned 29 in March, right? I think that was the moment, the 9 in front of the 2, where I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? My life is being dictated by bar show number 35 with 5 people a week. What am I doing? So thinking macro, because I contend that my skill is macro. Why should my mind be micro?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, when your skill is macro and your mind is micro, you become a jaded motherfucker. You know, eventually you're like, what is happening? Why am I not? Dude, nobody owes you shit, but this small microcosm of the world is not a real thing. It doesn't actually help you with anything in real life. You're not going to get a 401k off the bar show where everyone's seats are turned around and you have to do this to even hear you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's the idea that, as you said, it's get your skill to whatever it has to be. I always like relate it to like, if I'm a florist, right?
I like if I'm a flower better.
Right? If I'm a florist, my job is to sell flowers. I buy flowers. I buy whatever best flowers I can get, and then that's my product. I sell it. Our product is our act, right?
Yeah.
You can't buy your act. But once you have your act, then your job is, as you said, go sell it. Go on the road, make money, do these shows to get better at your skill. But no, they have no power over us.
That's what I'm saying. I appreciate every bar show I ever did in my life. I appreciate every stage I ever hit in my entire life. But to be at the behest of it, to be to wake up and think negative thoughts about yourself due to that scene. It's like, come on, let's think bigger, yeah?
And speaking of bigger, America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. How did that was amazing. I don't want to kiss your ass too much because I know you too well, but
I have a nice ass ready to kiss, man. Come
perfect.
on.
It was. I texted you. I texted you right after. It was a perfect set, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It was. I encourage everyone go watch it now and then come back to this because I want to talk. I want to dive into this.
Sure.
A few things. Number one, who's a brilliant choice when they said where are you from to say Plano, Texas, and not New York City?
Sure. I think Plano. It's one of those classic, like, once you get to a bigger place, you slough off the older place. And I was like, I could have said, I was thinking about, should I say Dallas, Texas? And I was like, no, let's go fucking all the way.
Yes.
And make it really specific. And then you realize, oh, that gives you so much character and structure as opposed to being in the wash of a big city or like, you know. So Plano, Texas, that's like what's that? What is, all of a sudden you're like, huh? Like an immediate, like what?
Not only that, but it's 100% true, right? If you say New York City, they're like, oh, like there's a cool factor, but more, it's just like, all right, another New York comedy.
Right.
Yeah. Also, saying Plano, Texas. First of all, Plano Games. I'm sure you get you get credit now.
Podcast on Plano blew up. So that's a huge...
Oh yeah, I'm sure our numbers spiked on our
Plano Games
podcast.
Yeah.
But second of all, it's like it makes it sound like you're literally like been doing comedy in Plano, Texas for a decade, which is
right.
Which is good because then it's like, wow, this guy's like they pulled him out of like a juke joint or something.
Yeah.
You know? He's in the back of a cowboy bar.
What reference is that, dude? It's like 1960s Idaho. I don't even know.
I got it all up here.
This one is his first rodeo, if you know what I mean. Okay.
I mean, it's Plano, Texas. So already you're like, it's a classic move, like lowering the audience's expectations.
Yes.
And then smash them over the head with, just kidding, I've been to the Comedy Cellar for whatever it is.
I got it when I was 9, the youngest comic ever to have gotten it. Esty was like, he's a star.
And so then, and I didn't see the package. Kaplan saw the package. I couldn't find it online, but they played in advance, right?
Well, they play this like I used to watch AGT years ago when Howard Stern was on, so I know the show well, and I knew you were gonna get past when they start playing the package, and whenever they're like the worst the sob story is, I'm like he's gonna make it because like, he's poor, he's so ashamed of his house, his mom can't see it. They made it seem like you're like homeless, basically.
Yes. And so, you know, AGT has a language that they use, all right? And my story was not, this is season 15 of Sad, right? So, like, they got to up this, like, season 1 of Sadness was like, oh, my parents were divorced. That's how sad they got. They're 15 seasons into this, like, tragedy, sob story energy, right? So now the people got to be, like, incarcerated wrongly for 37 years, you know? You're going to have no limbs and your dreams to be a dancer, you know? So, like, you got to have, like, the saddest fucking story. My shit was like, I want to not play East Side anymore, you know, like my shit was I don't want to be a doctor, I don't want to walk dogs that much, you know. Like my shit wasn't as, but like the Brown thing hit, and I think the humility, I guess, came through, and then the homelessness, I really hit that hard when I squatted in Canarsie for a couple of years. I hit that hard. And
wait, tell me about that, because I didn't watch the package, but I think I don't know if someone had told me that. Somehow I had heard that.
Yeah.
Story.
Yes.
When were you squatting?
I didn't know you back then.
Okay.
I think you would have smelled it on me. You'd be like, oh God. I was definitely much skinnier than this, if you could believe it. I was fucking like, I was a neck. I was a long neck. That was what I was. And this is a foreclosed house in Canarsie, kind of a crack den-ish area. Crackheads used to live there. And a comic friend of mine used to live there. I got kicked out of my first apartment, needed a place to stay. So I hit my comic friend up. I'm like, hey, man, you got an extra room at this crack den? I don't care, man. I need something. So he's like, yeah, man, I got this place. I walk in. The bottom floor is just this cracked out weird place. You go up just a couple of stairs. The room I slept in was really nice. There was no water supply. So I used to go to Planet Fitness. That was like a 10-minute run away. And I would like fill up on jugs of water and I'd bring them home, use that for cooking, use that for brushing my teeth, had a little bucket, had a chamber pot You know?
The water fountain? You would like just take water from the.
From the water fountain, exactly. I like to. I would never work out. I'd walk in every day in like sandals, you know, fucking fill up the jugs of water and I'd bounce. And they all knew I was a local homeless guy. But yeah, we stayed in this place for like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. And I was like, I had no rent. Yeah, no rent, but no water. But also we had electricity because we like siphoned it off from Con Ed, so it was still going. Like electricity was still going. So I'd microwave everything. We're talking microwave. I'd microwave spaghetti for 30 minutes. You know, just getting that fucking energy going. I had a convection plate. So it's all this kind of electric shit that we like worked around. But yeah, no water supply. So if I had to shit, I'd either shit in a bag or I'd shit at the Planet Fitness. Like it was 24.
How do you bathe?
I have Planet Fitness. Boom. Planet Fitness. It's all. This Planet Fitness was why I'm not disgusting.
Did you have a membership or you didn't?
I bought a membership for that. Yeah.
It's like $10 a month.
Bro, it's the biggest homeless fucking cheat code, bro.
I mean, I always joke about if you join a New York sports club or something, you have a place to shit all over the city, like for people who have homes.
But you're already thinking like on another level. Like, dude, homeless people don't have New York sports club money. They have Planet Fitness.
That's expensive. Yeah.
Holy! I mean, all jokes aside, that's unbelievable. That's an amazing story.
Yeah, I used to live in and it would save my money. I loved it. I loved living there because I wouldn't pay money for rent. It was zero. It was zero every month. And so I just be saving money. I made almost nothing, but I saved it all. I ate fucking cheap as fuck, and I saved it all, and I slowly started accruing some wealth. And when my life got better, I got better jobs, better gigs. I was like, I look back at that, I'm like, I can never go back to that fucking life where I had literally nothing, not even water.
Jesus, yeah, that would be tough to go back
to. Already like, okay,
they undersold it on AGT. They should have got more into the water.
The water.
Well, that'll be next episode because they don't. I mean, the longer you stick around, they gotta keep. Do they do more packages?
So yeah, exactly. So they're gonna figure out if I'm in the next round. Like the Corona has fucked up everything, so all the rounds are fucked up. We don't even know how the format's gonna be. So they're gonna let me know. I think the next week, like what's gonna happen. Am I gonna be on forever? Is everyone off? Are they doing a whole different show? Nobody knows right now.
When did you record that?
Right before Corona. We're talking like 3 days before everything closed up.
Okay.
I'm talking like weekend before. They had like 5 more auditions planned after me. None of them got through in terms of like the auditions because it was like Corona hit right then.
Are they talking about doing this on Zoom?
I don't know what they're doing it on, but they're doing some sort of online component for round 2. I'm not sure what they're doing. It's very up in the air right now. I really don't know.
It'd be so weird if they do it without fans because like so much of those shows is like the fan. Like every time there's a sob story and someone does like a song, or, like blind and missing limbs, all that stuff you just said. When the reaction of the crowd, like crying and going nuts, it's
beautiful. It's beautiful, dude. It's actually
Cal like showing some emotion.
Yes. At this point, what's up?
My favorite season ever was I don't know, was this the British one where this whole lady. Like she was this fantastic singer, and her disability was essentially just that she was ugly. Remember that lady, Boyle?
Susan Boyle.
Yeah.
How could I forget Susan Boyle?
That's a disability.
She didn't have anything specifically wrong with her.
Dude, her last name was her problem. How fucking crazy is that? How crazy is that?
I had been, because I was living in China at that point, so I had been hearing her name for years, but not understanding who she was. When I finally figured it out, I'm like, wait, she's just an ugly lady? That's the whole thing.
But dude, I think her dream was to have a date or something, like find a date.
Oh my god.
It was really sad. But she actually had a successful career afterwards. I think she had some staying power. She made some real money.
There you go. So, and then the set itself, you went after Simon. Though you had a line you switched to include Simon, right?
Yes. And that was the scariest line. I was terrified of that, but I really was scared because if that didn't go well, buzzer, because Simon is a mythical figure. I don't care how nice he looks on screen. All you know from your whole life is that this guy fucking tears people's dreams down. That's what he does. So I'm thinking if I don't get the line to hit, there goes my whole set. No matter how good I did, no matter how good I could do afterwards, if that line doesn't hit, it's the crux of the whole line. It's the make or break. When it worked, I was like, I'm fucking home. I'm home free.
Yeah, but that's the way to do it. Just go for it all, right?
Yeah, just go for it. Dude, there's no telling how much TV time you're ever going to get in life, you know? There's so much, like even this thing that I got was a crapshoot. I could have, like there's so many people that got all yeses, they couldn't get through. You know, their story wasn't good enough, so they don't put them on the actual show. Bro, like I heard a story about a guy. Yeah, a guy.
I didn't even know that happens
all the time because they have their own show they got to make, right? So they got to make the best. You want to have 9 wrongly incarcerated singers? That's not gonna be sad the 9th time. So you got to cut the other 8 who were in jail for 30. What's up?
Who had the longest incarceration wrongly?
Right. The 9 guys who had 36 years, they're like, hey, sorry, buddy. It's not sad enough. So that's what it is. It's like, my story luckily was unique. I had heard a story about somebody who like had a whole party a couple years ago. AGT, I'm going to be on AGT party. And at the last second they called him. They're like, you're not going to be on this show.
Oh, God.
Holy fuck. So, dude, like, I wasn't expecting anything. Just the fact that I got on this and got a little bit of recognition through this is just like a wild thing.
That's awesome. And how's it been? You're back in New York now, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Based off of the New York Times.
You might have to leave again, though.
But I talked to you. I want to say like 3 days earlier, you and I you were in Texas. You were on that.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Dan show.
Plano.
Yes.
Dan Fligurette.
Plano games, yo.
Hey, no. So how long were you with your parents?
Yeah, I was with my parents for like but my mom for like a month and some change. Yeah.
How did you go back and forth? Were you flying?
No, dude, I walk. What? Yeah, of course I fly. What else can I do?
People are avoiding flights now. People are driving. People are buying. Rob Stocky bought a VW bus and drove it around the United States.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. Jesus Christ. Only white people buy a whole new vehicle to undo, like Jesus Christ.
Well, no, come on, Rob Stocky is
he's Canadian. He's
also from he's from way out in the north. He bought it and then resold it for the same price after the trip.
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. Love Rob, by the way. But yeah, I took a plane and my plane ride had one person on it. When I went back like a month ago or 2 months ago, it was one person on it. And when you're one of 2 people on a plane, you think the other person's a terrorist for sure every time.
Yeah.
So we were both looking at each other like, "What the fuck are you doing here? I know what I'm doing here. What the fuck are you doing here?" It got weird. I kept looking back. He kept looking forward for like a whole flight. It was weird. But then it didn't crash. I was like, thank the Lord, man, because I think you could hear us sighing, both of us.
Yeah, because if either one of you, it's a real one-on-one. If he is,
it's a real one-on-one.
You're sitting next to each other, so that's
see this right now.
American Airlines could do that. I don't know.
You can't say let's roll to yourself.
Yes.
Well, like the best part about taking down a terrorist on a full flight is that you don't have to do much. You're like, let's get him, guys.
Right.
And then the other guys come go get him.
Exactly. I gotta muster up my own strength. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God.
That's brutal. But it's every time I've seen people post pictures from flights, it's either you're the only person on, like you.
Right.
It's like 110% full.
Yeah. So the one I went when I came back to New York, then it was full. And bro, they were like, so everyone make sure you social distance. I'm like, dude, my nuts are on this woman right now.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's no space here. Just guy. And there's this coughing baby, entire flight.
Oh God.
Dude, this baby was caught, and I just caught it. It was like a sprinkler system cough, like, and it was just polio in one, diphtheria in the next, fucking dude, it was going. And so we all were like, dude, if this baby gets thrown off the plane, no one would get angry. We were all like, no one would say anything. We just
it's the only time ever where 300 people are allowed to hate a baby.
I actually should throw them off. To be honest.
Bro,
I mean, truthfully, coughing, you shouldn't be allowed on.
Yeah. Dude, you already have a carry-on. Fucking throw the baby out there. Jesus Christ.
Did they do temperature checks? When you get on?
They did a temperature check. I'm not sure if that what it was called. It was just, they did a thing. They did like some
like
blowing
they point
thing.
like a little gun, like a laser gun at your head?
Oh, no, not us. They did like some sort of like cooling thing. Like, hey, this is going to stop the COVID or some weird shit that they did.
Oh, we mean a plane? Like a
some plane, yeah, like we cleaned it up. We regulated it temperature-wise. I mean, I don't even know what they were saying, but just things to say like, please don't sue us.
Exactly.
Yeah, that kind of shit. They didn't do the temperature checks. All right, it's not fucking, I'm not an Uyghur Muslim yet. You know what I'm saying? It's not...
They do a lot more than temperature checks.
Did you wear, are people wearing masks or on the plane the whole
time? We wore masks. there was I got sat next to a white lady who was like not cool that I was there. So she kept being like, "Hey, can you use an exit over?" And I'm like, "There's someone there."
Oh,
yeah,
God.
but just for now. He's in the bathroom while he's in there. I'm like, bitch. Yeah. Like, you know?
We have free reign to be an asshole to people now because you're saying it's for COVID. I can be racist. I can be whatever.
You can be whatever. It's for my health. It's for me. Now, racists have just this new lease on life right now.
Except if you're a white lady between the ages of 40 and 60.
Yeah, not great for white.
Really not a good time to go off on anybody.
You had your time. 0 to 40.
They had a good run.
They had a good run.
They really did.
This whole Karen thing, I've been hearing this in comedy clubs for years as a punchline.
Right.
The idea of like calling someone a Karen.
Well, I think Karen became specified as a type of person. Before, people would use any white girl's name as a shitty white girl. Karen, Brittany, Jennifer. If you were younger, you were a Brittany. Becky's were younger. Olders were like Karens.
Oh, Becky,
older than that was like Gertrude, Ethel. So like you had shitty white girl names for a while. Karen really does encapsulate, you know what I'm saying? Like really gets in there.
Really, people really zeroed in.
I don't know how.
Carol would have been fine too. Carol and Karen, two sides of the same shit coin, I believe.
I think Karen's got it's better. It's worked.
Better probably.
Better. Carol is a little wealthier to me.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Karen is like, Carol might be as racist, but she wouldn't say it out loud.
What are your mom's names?
Well, mine's Myrna. Mine's Myrna.
Myrna?
Yeah.
What? Fuck yeah. Your mom's name is a rap song? Hell yeah, dude.
She's from they're from New Mexico. They're like New Mexico. It's very like southwest.
Oh, okay.
Southwest Mexico influence.
Michael?
My mom's Janice.
Janice. That's right.
But it's old. Like, not a lot of people have that name anymore, I feel like.
No, but Janice was definitely a comic hate name. Yes. Easy there, Janice.
Yes, I've heard that a lot.
Well,
not a lot of easy there, Myrnas. You know?
Myrna. Dude, you know what's funny about old comedy is that the act-out name for a shitty white girl was different. So Carlin, you'll hear him go like, "Easy there, Marge." I'm like, "Dude, Marge? That is some old white girl shit." But that was always his act-out for a shitty white woman or shitty white, shitty wife.
Yeah.
Marge.
Annoying
wife. So now, like, because names are cyclical. So, like, the way, like, Adolf was ruined as a name. And no one, like, you're not going to name your kid Karen now. Nobody's going to name your kid Karen.
Were you planning on naming your kid Pol Pot or something? Was that your? Well, now it's back.
It's back, baby. Well, if people forgot, you could go back to Pol Pot. It's better than Karen.
It's better than Karen.
It's better than Karen. Yeah, Karen is the new Hitler.
Yeah, Pinochet is better than Karen for sure.
Naming your son literally cocksucker. I think right now is better than Karen.
So how was it with your mom?
Yes.
How was living with old? What's your mom's name?
Myrna. Oh my god. It's fucking Nargis, which is the Karen of Bengalis. You don't even know, but it's just like some next level shit.
Nice.
My mom, it was the beginning. It was great.
She's calling the cops on Indian college.
Indian bird watchers, yes. My mom, day 1 through 10, it was beautiful, all love. Day 11, I'm like, I'm gonna take my chances with the COVID. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking done. But it was just, here probably going back home is it's great after you become a certain age. It becomes great for a little bit and then sad, and then you feel stagnant, and then you feel like, dude, I gotta move. My life is not here anymore. My body knows that I shouldn't be here that long, right? And so I just started getting like really cagey and really like, I'm not usually a depressed guy, but I start, losing the brain a little bit. And, my mantras don't work. My channeling into positive energy stops working. I just start getting more and more in my own head. And that's not a healthy place. I was at the end of that trip. I was getting there. I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm losing it.
The thing is, it's not even like you can hang out with like the guys you went to high school with or anything.
Everyone's gone. That one guy who's still there has got still got the meth problem. And you're like, dude, it's best if I don't chill with that guy.
You always chill with that guy for one night.
One night of fun, and then the night ends when he's like, "You want some meth?" And you're like, "Dude, fucking, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't hang out
again. I'm living at home.
I gotta clean my room, dude. I'm sorry, man.
You're like, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's hang." And then you're like, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't have done this."
Dude, small towns, man. Like, there's something just so nefarious about the energy there. after a certain age. Like you go back to, it gets depressing. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you. It just gets depressing, and you start looking and you start like Mobius stripping your own mind in these kind of places. You guys feel me on this?
Yeah.
And it just feels like like you feel dirty after a while. But once I came back, it's coming back in, the energy of walking outside. I'm getting better again.
So you're going to New York, even though you can't see anybody, can't do much.
Yeah, New York just feels like a place where I belong. It feels like I'm moving. It feels like I'm going somewhere. I'm going back to Dallas after in a week because to help my parents move and save some money. But
fly so much, you just.
I thought I was the most well-traveled man during quarantine, but it turns
back
out
and forth with Dallas.
Usama's beat me. Don't let the New York Times hear about this, Kaplan.
We might have to edit this.
Expose on me, just Usama.
The comic spreader.
The comic spreader.
You pop up like doing a 300-seat room in Dallas next to
Oh my God! There's manspreading, and then there's this spread. I mean, it's like Jesus Christ, dude.
Were you when you're home? Is it your same house? Like, is your childhood room there and everything? Or?
Sure. My mom turned it into like a powder room, but you know what I'm saying? Like the house is still there. The room that I sleep in has like ants in it because we never clean shit, and we never fumigated anything. So it's an old house, so shit's kind of falling apart a little bit. You shower for 30 minutes, like the leaks downstairs kind of shit. It's dying. The house is dying.
Sounds like
your next AGT sob story. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is there a Planet Fitness near your parents' house?
Hilarious.
You could go back home.
Hilarious, dude.
What? So what do you think about coming back to New York for good?
I love it. Dude, New York is the place, dude. New York is the place. It's fucking people overblow it. I saw on Bengali news. My mom's getting all her news from Bengali news. And it's like next up, New York cannibals eat mayor. It's fucking insane, right? They really blow it. Like they still think it's like Jay-Z rap song lyrics, in New York. They have no idea that it's just like mostly cupcake shops now, right? So my mom is like combining her Jay-Z idea of New York plus Corona, and she's thinking that I'm just like fucking like whittling people and like hammering children to eat. It's crazy now. I mean, it's the perception.
I mean, my wife's uncle is obviously Chinese. I'm the only American he's like ever he knows, and so he always reads the news and then like calls me. He's like, Turner, be careful. There was a murder yesterday in Denver. I'm like, all right,
that's
Uncle
funny
Bobo.
That's funny as fuck. Uncle Bobo is his name. Why does every family have one Bobo? What's that about?
Well, Bobo just means uncle in Chinese.
I love it though. Uncle Bobo is the best.
Uncle? That's what you call him.
I call him Bobo, but then in English, Kaplan started calling him Uncle Bobo, and I just went,
like my Uncle Bobo, her Uncle Bobo. That sounds great.
Why not let the least informed guy dictate the nickname?
Hello, Uncle. I missed you.
So you'll be back in what, a couple weeks or something?
Yes, I'll go back for a month and then come back again, just save some money. And again, New York's kind of opening, but it's not really opening. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing here or there, but it's going to be at least till I think August before people, clubs are doing real shit.
At least, yeah. We're still in Virginia at my brother's place, but we're thinking of mid-July, we're going to be back.
Mid-July. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
That's not bad. So we cannot have to, if we can go outside, like that's enough for us,
Right.
And have it be all right.
All of New York's outside, so.
Guys, Kaplan's still there. He says everyone's outside anyway. So
everyone's hanging out. Everyone's hanging out. The McCarran Park is filled to the brim right now.
So yeah, we'll see. All right. Well,
are you in your apartment from before? Like you?
Yeah. Sean.
Thank you, man. Thanks for doing the podcast.
Dude, always fun time with you guys. Always
a blast. Where can people find you? Besides,
follow me at Stand Up New York. I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, I'm just kidding. Social distance, guys.
Are they off, by the way? Did they cancel that whole idea, or you have no idea?
I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that I really hope I still get spots after this is over.
You're fine. You'll be fine.
They want Turner for the next one because they need they need like a white guy face to be the real evil villain next time.
I know, right? We were doing so well this week.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the last image you see this week is like brown motherfucker. Yeah. But yeah, follow me at Usama Stands Up, USAMASTANDSUP. Follow me on my podcast, Your Mango Bay. Follow us at Your Mango Bay, YOURMANGOBAE. It's a fun time. It's wild. It's good times.
All right. Usama Siddiquee, thanks for doing it, man.
Thank you, boss. Have a good day.
We will be back with the news. Kaplan,
Play the music.
play the music.